Welcome back to the Junkman's Adventures. I'm the Junkman. Today we're going to work on a unique restoration project. Well, on today's restoration, we're going to do something a little bit different here. It doesn't have a motor, and actually it has 4 wheels, and I'm sure a lot of you recognize this as the good old standby, the old Tonka Truck, as most people would know it as. Actually, it's officially named the Tonka Might Dump, is this particular model. Of course, they make other types of toys, construction related, obviously. This one is mine from when I was a little kid. I was researching online, and this is a 79 or 80 model, and I didn't know this until I researched, but Tonka actually changed the styling and stuff about every year, sometimes every 2 years. So actually it's pretty easy to date these. And well, anyway, this one has a lot of sentimental value to me because, as you can see, this is as I picked it up, or picked it up out of my toy bin, where it's been sitting for a good 30-something years or more. And really, the reason why we're going to do this and tackle this is I'm having a baby. Me and my wife, we're going to have a little boy, and as of this recording, he's going to come in about 3 weeks. And, you know, this is going to be for him. Now, obviously, it's going to be a few years before he can get some good use out of this. But anyway, I thought it appropriate, and I thought it'd be unique to do a restoration on these. I mean, you can go online and there you can see other people's restorations. I just didn't find really one on YouTube here. And I'm going to show you the steps in the process I'm going to do to restore this one. From tearing it down to cleaning it up and everything I'm going to go through. Now, I might take some liberties along the way. I'm not doing a factory accurate restoration like some people might do, but all my parts are here on this one, so it's a very good candidate to do this with. The only thing is the windshield's pretty yellowed here, you know, I'll probably have to see if I can replace that with a reproduction or something. I'll have to just see what's out there. And, well, without further ado, let's get to it. Well, here we go. We got her all washed off and cleaned up with the hose. I took also the air blower to kind of dry it off, just to speed that up and blow out any other dirt. But now it's time to take it apart so we can start prepping the metal for priming and painting and fix any little issues we may have. So let's start disassembly. First, we need to bend some of the tabs that hold the cab assembly on. And then we need to take off the cap nuts that hold the wheels on. One side will come off easy, the other side will be affixed, and then the axle just slides out. And then we need to grind off the back sides of the rivets to remove the bumper. Using a multi-tool with a grinding stone can do this easily. And then we punch out from the back side the rivets, and the grill and other riveted assemblies can just come right off. Next step is to bend a couple more tabs that finish holding the cab and front end assembly on to the frame. I'm just using a screwdriver here to just bend them, and then some needle nose pliers just to bend them straight, and then the whole assembly will just slide right off. Now, to remove the dump box, use that rotary tool and the grinding stone again to grind off the back side of the rivet, and use a punch to just punch it right out. Now some more tab bending to take off the cab to get the windshield out. Using some pliers to just straighten them. Don't move them too much or you might break them off. Now to remove the rubber exhaust pipes, just using a very small screwdriver and gently prying them out. And then using your fingers, you can just pull them right out. Well, as you can see, we got everything taken apart, and as you saw in the little montage, just use whatever works, because you just got to bend these tabs to kind of get things apart. Pliers, pull these little nuts off. Little tip here is on the ends of the axles. One side, the cap is going to be affixed, and the other side it's going to come off. The side with the thinner cap is the one that you want to pull on, and we'll shine all that kind of stuff up. And we got it, you know, as you can see, not too many parts. I got the plastic parts, you know, like the wheels and tires and things, and a bucket of soap and water. I'm using Simple Green, but you can use basically anything that won't damage plastic, obviously. And the mufflers and the air tank that sits on top of here. And how I had to get that off is because this one's pretty old, it's supposed to be a very hard rubber. Well, gosh, it was almost like a hard plastic by this time. So I took my heat gun and inside here just heated them up, and using pliers kind of pinched them and squeezed them a little bit, and I was able to pull it out and then kind of reform them, and it'll pop right back in, but this will make it easier for refinishing. And I got a little bit of work to do. As you can see, the frame here, these are like splayed in a little bit. They just need bent out just a little bit like that. I'm also going to, when I put it back together, and I'll tell you more about that when I actually do it, is put some spacers in here, because as you can see from this truck, I'd say, has probably well over 1 million steps in push power, and obviously the wheels have rubbed on the sides here because they wobble. I mean, they were never like really true to begin with when they assembled these things. So anyways, we're going to get to start refinishing, and that's the part that nobody likes to do because it's a lot of work. I'm probably going to start using a wire brush or a bristle disc or something to get as much of the scale off. If you got a sandblaster or access to a sandblasting cabinet, that'd be a great way to do this. I don't, so we're going to have to do it a more mechanical way. But you want to get down all this off. I need to take the decals off the sides here, and you can get reproductions of those. I'll talk more about that later. But yeah, really now it's just down to refinishing and getting it down to, you don't have to get it down bare metal, but get all this chipped paint off so you can put a good coat of a rust inhibiting primer, and then your top coats. This is the most important step. The better you prep everything, the better and nicer it'll work, and the better things will, the paint will stick, and the more durable it'll be over time. And I'm going to tell you more about that as we go along. So I got a lot of work ahead of me, so check back in the next video and you'll see the rest of the restoration process. Thanks for watching.